Have you ever noticed that the more important you make anything at all, the more important it is, the more resistant it is from working out the way that you want it? Have you ever noticed that the more you want anything, if you really, really want it, it infuses resistance into the process to where that thing doesn't actually come to fruition, or there's a lot of bumpy road along the way? Wouldn't it be nice if in our reality, like before we came into this reality and the rules were set, it's like, oh, your beliefs create your reality. There was this caveat. It's like, if you just focus on something enough, it'll eventually happen. And some people actually believe that. Some people believe when they're watching the Law of Attraction or The Secret, and it's like, just think about it. Think better thoughts. Just think about it. Believe it's possible for you. And it's like, okay, if I just think about it more and more, it's going to happen. But many people, the thing that blocks most people from actually attracting what they want, whether it's the ideal relationship, a new job opportunity, more abundance and money in their life, going full-time with their passion, living in that alignment, better relationship with their family, whatever it is, unless they learn about this one concept, they will stay stuck, trapped in the old paradigm, trapped in the old reality. And I'm here, hopefully, to save you so much time and energy, because it's been a bumpy ride for me learning about this one concept. And this one concept that I'm talking about has to do with understanding the balance in our reality. The balance of how things in our reality are all about vibration and energy. Ooh, vibration. I said the word vibration. I know it's kind of esoteric. A lot of you that have been watching my channel for a while know about vibration, elevating vibration. But if that sounds kind of esoteric to you, I mean, that's what quantum physics shows us. Everything, literally everything in our reality is vibrating at a certain frequency. And think about it, when you really, really want something, and if you get in life a direct reflection of the energy you're embodying, if you really, really want love, wanting means you're in a reality of not having it. Like anything you want from a place of lack. It is negating the abundance of reality anytime you say, I want. So I used this analogy a lot back in the day, but when you think of that, there's a funny Ariana Grande song. It's not supposed to be funny, it's just like a legit song that people liked back in the day. It was like, I want it, I got it. I want it, I got it. And basically what she was showing there, without even knowing it, this is my interpretation of it, but she's like, I want it. But then she eventually moved into the vibration of I got it. It probably wasn't the want that got her the got. They were just different realities. That's a higher level perception of looking at it. But if she was just sit there all day and go, I want it, I want it, I want it, I want it. Instead of saying, I want it, I got it, she's like, I want it, I want it, I want it, I want it. She just so wants and she so lacks. Someone get her what she wants. Otherwise, she just sit there and go, I want it, I want it, I want it, I want it. See, this is what happens, by the way, when people are trying to manifest their dream life and everything, and they're like in the vibration of wanting a relationship, and they're like, okay, vision board. They're looking at their vision board, and they got like, themselves walking with someone on the beach, and they have the mansion house and all of these things. And they're like, yeah. And imagine Ariana Grande just sitting there going, I want it, I want it, I want it, I want it. But she's never moving into, I got it, I got it. She's like, I want it, I want it, I want it, I want it. And what people do with the law of attraction is they sit there in front of their vision board and they go, I want it, I want it, I want it, I want it. Instead of moving into the vibration of I got it, which doesn't have any importance. Importance creates resistance. Importance is like, it's over there, I really want it. And importance is making the thing more important than it actually is. It's putting it on a pedestal. Like, for example, somebody that has, let's take like a millionaire, somebody that like, it's very easy for them to make money. They have all the things that they want for the most part or whatever. For them to go to like a nice steak dinner or something like that, for all you vegans, a nice eggplant steak dinner, or no, not an eggplant, what is it, cauliflower steak. When they go to this, they're going, it's not very important for them. It's like natural, it's equal to their identity. It's not very important. And therefore, it's more natural. There'll be less resistance in that process. But someone that's going for the first time, they might be really excited, but also felt a lot of resistance. Or somebody that sees themselves as worthy to go on a date with a specific type of person. It's just natural for them to go on a date with a beautiful or handsome person. So they go on the date and it's like natural. They're just flowing. There's just chemistry. There's just energy going back and forth because it's natural. But the person that's like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm going on a date with this person. This is so amazing. Yeah. They're there and they're like, I wonder if I'm acting the way this person wants me to act because I really want to impress them. I'm attached to the outcome. Yeah. Do you see the difference of the energy here? It needs to be natural for your self-identity. Natural. Which means doing the inner work to look at what are you making very important. The more you let go of importance, the easier it comes. Back in high school, you might have remembered, think of the image. Now, I'm not saying to move this into apathy. Talk about decreasing importance and how magical it is. I'll tell you from experience, the less attached to outcome I've been on things in my life, the better those things work out. Whether it's attracting love and dynamics in dating, no joke, it's just the more I'm myself and the less I care. And also realizing that the caring, not to say you don't care about other people, not to be turned into some blatant narcissist or anything, but it means non-attached to outcome, knowing that what anybody else thinks about you isn't deeming you as worthy or unworthy. You are who you choose to be, knowing you're going to polarize some people one way or the other. But you're being that way because that's who you are, not because of what it'll get you. A lot of people get trapped because they're wanting and they're trying to control reality. There's a higher level of manifestation versus what we've learned in The Secret and all of these things. And it has to do with allowing the divine to flow through you and allowing things to be. We think from our ego's perspective, we know what's best. This is what's best for my life. I want the vision board stuff. What if the vision board is a limitation? What if the vision board of what you really, really want and you cut out all the things out of the little magazine and you got the glue on it and you posted it there and you look at it every day and you go, I'm so grateful in my life now that I have this perfect relationship and we walk with our hands on the beach and we just walk and it's so great. It's so amazing. I want it, I want it, I want it, I want it. I just want to shake you, be like, wake up. What if the divine, what a lot of people miss the law of attraction is the divine. God, the universe, whatever name you want to give it. It's flowing through you. It's flowing through me. We're living a temporary reality. I don't know why I'm rhyming. We're living in a reality where we've all forgotten we're divine spiritual beings having temporary human experiences. We have this thing called the ego. We have this thing called our higher self, the Holy Spirit, whatever you want to call it. We're constantly getting guidance from our higher self and our spiritual side. But our ego, with it believes in separation, likes to think it knows what's best. I want the vision board. I want that vision. I want that. I want that. I'm separate from it. I'm separate from it. Those realities already exist. It's just asking you to move from I want it, I want it, I want it to I got it. I am it. I am everything. Every reality I could possibly imagine exists right here, right now, and all I got to do is energetically tune to it. And you're not tuning to it to escape the old reality. You're tuning to it because it's what you prefer. It's who you prefer to be. When I decided in 2017, I'm going to make a YouTube video a day and be a full-time YouTuber, I committed to it, and that became my reality. I took on the identity of being it, but not a new identity of separation. The idea was I want this energy to flow through me because this feels good, and this is what also I know will add value to the collective, because everything in reality is a direct reflection. Now tell me this, why is it that if I make videos for the last 2 years, a year and a half, I've been making videos on YouTube, and it's I got to put all this intention and energy into the hook in the beginning of the video because there's a new way that things happen in YouTube algorithm. I got to put a hook in the beginning, so this video, I'm going to show you how to do X, Y, Z, and by the end of it, you're going to be profoundly transformed, and you're not even going to know your name. You're going to be like a higher dimensional, higher self that's just looking through the eyes of Source. That is what I was looking at, look, what are other people doing on YouTube? It's very important that every YouTube video I make goes viral and it gets lots of views, and I'm attached to outcome now, whereas used to be, and back in the day, I would just make videos I felt like making. And I would make guess what? I didn't make one video a week. I made 6, 7 videos a week. Guess what happens when I was making 7 videos a week? There was no importance on any one video. I was just letting it flow through. And ironically enough, when I make videos consistently, it gets easier and easier for me to get into a flow state. In my opinion, the videos get better and better. There's more energy there. But then I was watching a Mr. Beast video, and he's like, instead of making 7 videos a week, just put all that energy into one video and making it incredible. Because 20% of the videos on your channel bring through most of the subscribers anyway, which is true. That most of my channel's growth has come from 20% of my videos. But here's the interesting thing. That is me listening to an outer authority, not realizing that what actually puts me in the flow state more is doing it more consistently, and then the more consistent I make it, the less important any one video is. So I'm more free to be myself. Whereas before, I'm is this hook good enough? The hook in the beginning of the video gets people to watch the rest of the video? You see? Decrease the level of importance. So one of the ways of decreasing the level of importance is just to put in more quantity. And people say, no, quality over quantity. Why not both? What if you get to quality through quantity? Crazy idea, I know. I went a year with making 1 video a week, and I'd have to kind of force myself to make the video on YouTube. But then what happened is 2 weeks ago, I made a video a day for 9 days straight, which I never would have been able, but by day 2 or 3, it was easier than day 1 or 2. By the end of that 9 days, I just felt so aligned, and it was just interesting to me that the more I did, it was the less important any one video was, the more permission I had to give myself. Now, could I just say and trick myself and be like, well, just say that any video you have isn't important and just have fun with it? Yeah. However, you want to know something funny? One of the videos that recently came out on my channel was on 10 things you forgot before you were born or something like that, 10 rules of life or something. I made that video for my second YouTube channel. I wasn't even going to put it on my main channel. And I was making videos on a second channel because I made things very important on my first channel that they have to get a lot of views, but I can't really just express myself. So on my second YouTube channel, I would make these videos where I just turn on the camera and go, and I didn't care at all whether it got views or not. So one day I make a video on the 10 rules to life, and it was from reading this book, and I just made this video really quickly, and it was a 10-minute video. And then there was this YouTube guy that I work with, and I showed him that video. I said, I'm going to put this on my second channel. He goes, bro, I think you should put that in your main channel. I was like, I don't think it's going to do well. 10 rules before you were born, it's kind of esoteric. So he's like, no, I think the energy was great. You should put it on your main channel. I said, okay. I put it on my main channel. That energy in that video was for me not caring, me not giving anything any importance, me just having fun, me just expressing myself. I put it on my main channel. And that video has 300,000 to 400,000 views. It would not have had that views if I put it on my second channel that has 30,000 subs. What's crazy to me is, can I just have that same energy with that video and just put it on my main channel? I think the way that I normally get there through my own self-awareness is the more videos I make, the more quantity I put out, the more quality, the better they become, because the more I get into my flow state. And then also, that's just what's always worked for me. There are a lot of other YouTubers I know in my space, they're I could never do that. They're blown away at how I can make a video a day. And then I look at them and they make 1 video a week, but it's got all this crazy editing, jump cuts, and all this cool stuff. And I'm like, I can't do that. I can't read off a script. There's nothing wrong with reading off a script or not reading. I just can't do it. So basically, a big part of this is the self-awareness of what works for you. Even looking at other YouTubers, for example, I've been studying, why does this work for other YouTubers? There's this one person, what's her name? The Wizard Liz, or something Liz the Wizard, I don't know. There's someone, and she has these videos where she just talks, they're very raw, they're not crazy edited or anything, it's just her talking to a camera, and she's got multiple millions of subscribers. And I found it people study what is doing well on YouTube, and I study this other guy who's doing really well on YouTube, and they have such authentic vibes for what they're putting out, but also it's they're doing what works for them. They're not looking at what is everyone else doing. I need to mimic what everyone else is doing. It's they just own who they are, and they just go with that. And they kind of like, it gives itself its own vibe. Like, there's no real rules, like what works on YouTube, what is the algorithm. There's this guy that's like this fitness dude, and I was just curious because I keep seeing his videos pop up, and he literally vlogs him, like his whole entire day of him working out and eating, and they're like an hour-long videos, and it's just like a lot of filler stuff where he's just talking in the car on the way to the gym, and then he's like talking in his workouts, and it feels like you're just talking to a friend. And then he'll be eating, he'll be talking. It's just like, it's almost like, what I could just see why he like paved his own way for his own vibe. It's just extremely authentic, and people like that. But basically the message in all of this is just own who you are. I think who I am is someone that I can make a lot of content, and that the more I make it, the better it gets. And then when I stop making it, it's kind of like I lose that flow state momentum that I had before. And then to not worry about, is this too esoteric? Is this like decreasing importance really is the key to just about anything. Let go of the importance you give things and let it be more about who you are. And the more permission you give yourself to be who you are, the more you shift to reality, to what you actually want. The more you put things on a pedestal, the more you end up resisting that very thing from coming into your life. And this especially works with people. When you have someone in your life, the way relationships work is you can't control them. You can't control the relationships in your life. It's one thing in our life we really can't control, the outcome of what people think or feel about us. We can only focus on our relationship with ourselves. And what happens is the more we are able to let go of trying to control it, and the more we can get in alignment with who we came to be, here to be as spiritual beings, it's like the more things begin working out for us. I was reading this quote in A Course in Miracles, which is like the spiritual book that a lot of people read. And it talks about, I thought this was very interesting. It talked about how let me see if I have that somewhere. There was somewhere I read, and it said that our relationship with God is basically what we have. Our relationship with God is our relationship with the universe, our reality in general. So if we believe God is judgmental, we're constantly going to be judging ourselves. If we believe that God's not fair to us, life isn't fair. Like, there's this direct correlation with our relationship with the divine, with how that filters our relationship with our significant other, someone you're dating, the family you have. So getting in alignment with that, there's something to that I've learned recently, and I'll build more on this concept in the future. Part of making these videos and not giving a lot of importance, I kind of share these ideas freely. And I want to make more videos about really the divine and allowing God to flow through you, knowing you from the ego perspective don't have it all figured out. You can just allow and let it be. Now, if you haven't calibrated your vibration yet and gotten a meditation for your current level of vibration, I highly recommend doing that at whatsmyvibration.com. We're going to click the link below. You're going to get a meditation that's specific to you and your level of consciousness that will help you increase it to the next level. And everything in our reality is a reflection of the divine. We're all just playing a temporary dream, dreaming that we're these separate entities. And we came here to remember this. Now, if you want to watch that video, by the way, that I'm talking about, that went viral, and I was going to put it on my second channel on the 10 things you forgot before you were born, go ahead and check it out right here.